friends, I'm excited to bring you along with me on this rainy day to do some thrifting. Our first stop is going to be Goodwill. I went to 3 or 4 different Goodwills throughout this week, and I brought the camera along each time, and I also went to a Peddler's mall. So we're going to go to all those places in today's video, and I'm going to bring you along throughout a whole week of thrifting. So I hope that you enjoy this. I thought that this beautiful glass serving tray was really pretty for $4.99. I also loved these little candle holders, super pretty if you decorate with lots of florals. They felt very cottagecore. However, I didn't bring them home. I'm trying to be very selective and shop very consciously because I see so many beautiful things while thrifting. It's easy to want to get them all, but I am trying to be very selective on what I bring home and bring into our home, into my booth, and add to my Poshmark store. It has to be something that I majorly love, so that I'm shopping as consciously as possible. That's just a little goal, so that way I'm not ending up with more than I can manage at one time. So you might see me pass up on pretty things that might be really good for someone else, but I'm only trying to thrift what really feels right for me. So I hope that that makes sense. One example of that as well is this cute little flower pot right here, or it could be a flower pot. It's just this beautiful little vase for $2.99. It had a gorgeous floral design on it. Would be so cute as a planter, or you could just use this in so many different ways. Such a perfect vessel for organization or florals. It did say Staffordshire, England on the bottom, so maybe it was possibly ironstone. Such a pretty little piece, but again, I didn't feel like it's anything I needed at the moment. And then I looked up and spotted this McCoy mixing bowl for $1.99, and it's such a perfect little size to mix up a small amount of something in, and it's perfect for a cottage kitchen. Okay, now we are at the next Goodwill location, and looking back at this video, I'm actually really surprised that I didn't get these adorable teacups for 59 cents. I remember in this store it was super crowded and I kind of felt overwhelmed having my camera out, and it was hard to get good clips, so I'm guessing I just didn't pay attention and put those back, but they were so pretty, very detailed. And then I also like this pretty little covered dish here with the beautiful pink flowers on it. And again, I didn't really get many clips in there because it was just super busy on this day, but here's the little home decor section. And then these next few clips are all taken at a different Goodwill, and I looked through the clothing at this one a lot because they had a lot of good clothes. I really loved these Tommy Hilfiger jeans. I love a good light wash. I'm kind of on the hunt for a more light wash pair of jeans because I finally found a really good medium wash in this video that I'll share with you at the end. So now I want to find a lighter wash vintage jean. I wish those were my size. They would have been perfect, but they were several sizes too big. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled and see if we can find anything else. I'm also on the hunt for a really nice corduroy shirt or jacket. I'll insert my inspiration picture here and show you kind of what I'm looking for. I thought that this one was going to be perfect. I actually found 2 or 3 that I thought were going to be perfect on this day, and none of them fit in the way that I wanted, so I ended up leaving them behind, and I'm going to just still be on the hunt and see if I can find one. But I think they're so beautiful, especially for winter, and just really nice to throw on, and I love the look of them. My favorite area of clothing to look for at the thrift store, no matter what time of year, is the sweaters. The cozy sweaters are just my absolute favorite, and I was so excited about this one. It was wool, but unfortunately it was just way too itchy, and I knew I would not be comfortable wearing it, so I did put it back, but it was like the perfect color. I also really loved this cardigan, but it didn't exactly look very flattering on like how I envisioned it, so I did leave that. And then I spotted this amazing wool blanket. I'll talk more about this in the haul, but I did bring this home. Okay, next we are headed into a Peddler's mall. We drove out to this one because it is one of our favorites. So many fun treasures, and one of the first things that I spotted is this adorable cat planter. The color, the cats, everything about this stole my heart. It was $10, and I just thought that it was seriously one of the cutest things I've ever seen. They had a few really cute ones, this one here, and then there was also a little duck. I'm still on the hunt for more beautiful frames to put magnets on and to add to the side of our fridge, so I thought that this was going to be an option at first, and I just decided it's not exactly what I was looking for, so I did leave this behind. But definitely kind of what I am still on the hunt for are those beautiful small frames. I also spotted this really cool brass magazine rack for $275. Again, here are a few more really pretty small frames that I considered and debated on, but again, it's not something that I immediately fell in love with, so I didn't get it. I wanted to hold out until I found the perfect thing, and I know I will come across one and I'll be glad that I just held out and waited. And then I spotted this brass trivet, and this was only $5, and I did bring this home. I'm so excited about this find. Okay friends, it is time for this week's thrift haul. I'm so excited to share with you all of my finds from this week. This is a collected thrift haul from the whole week. Anytime that I went to a thrift store and got something, everything is going to be included in this haul, and I hope that you enjoy. It's going to be another long one, so I hope that you don't mind, and we will go ahead and jump right into it. I'm also not going to go in any certain order. I'm just going to kind of grab things as I see them and share with you what I found. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm so excited about are these gorgeous gorgeous vintage aprons that I found, and this one here is my favorite. This is probably my most favorite vintage apron that I have ever seen, and definitely my most favorite one that I've ever thrifted. It is this gorgeous apron here, and it has florals and fruit all over it. How gorgeous is this? And then it has a little pocket detail. This is the most me apron I think that I have ever seen. It's so cottage, so quaint, so cozy, just absolutely adorable, and I cannot wait to use these in our kitchen. And then the next one here is this gorgeous half apron, and look at this color. This is the prettiest color. And it again has the little pocket detail. These are in perfect condition and I'm just in love with them. They were both $4.50 each. And I'll be sharing with you where I'm gonna put these at the end of this video, and I cannot wait. I got a little beautiful hook that I'm gonna hang, and these are gonna go on, so stay tuned until the end to see that. And then again, I'm just gonna keep randomly grabbing stuff in no certain order. The next thing that I got is this copper and brass little candle snuffer, and I have never seen a candle snuffer that's copper before, at least not while I'm thrifting, so I was very excited to see that. And this was $1.50. Gorgeous, gorgeous, very detailed on the little handle, and I love that find. I love these candle snuffers, and I thought that one was just so unique. Okay, and then next I found these. Actually, let me share with you this big item first so that I can start to like put some of these items back down in this. But this wouldn't be a thrift haul without a beautiful basket. So I found this incredible large basket, and it has these nice handles on it, this beautiful liner, and this was $10, and I just feel like that is such a good deal for this. A basket this size would definitely be way more than that retail, and this is going to be so functional. I am so excited to be able to use it for lots of different things. I even thought about like using it in our laundry area in the basement, or I could just of course use it to store like clothes in my closet, like seasonal clothes, or I fold up a lot of my sweatshirts and things to go at the top of the closet. So I thought this might be good for that. And then of course I could also use it to take items to my booth, because it's very handy to have a nice sturdy basket like this to carry items in, all the little finds in and up the stairs to get to my booth. So I just love this find and very excited about this basket. Okay, next I found these goblets. By the way, that was from Barren River Consignment, as well as these goblets. These were also from Barren River Consignment. And if you're local and you're wanting to support a incredible local small business, support Barren River Consignment. I just don't have enough good things to say about them, and that is my all-time favorite thrift store ever. So I have talked about them on here for years, and I just love them. So definitely if you are local, support Barren River Consignment in Glasgow. But I found these goblets. I always find the best treasures in there, and these were only $3.99 for a whole set of 8 of them. And I have been on the hunt for beautiful goblets to add to our home for us to use. I really love to get pretty pieces out like this, like if we're having a big breakfast on the weekends to put our orange juice in, or even to use just like for our drinks at dinner time. But how beautiful are these? I'm so excited to have these in our collection. I'm gonna put them over in my hutch, and then again we'll just get them out to use them. I looked these up to see who they were made by, and they're called Imperial Glass Ohio Leaf Clear Water Goblets. That's what I was able to find on Google anyway, just to tell you a little bit more about them. Moving along with the same theme, the clear glass. These are clear glass coasters. It was $2 for the whole set of 4, and I had been on the hunt for some vintage glass coasters to go here on our coffee table, because they're just beautiful. And I had some wood coasters for a long time, and they just don't hold up well with getting water on them and condensation. So I really wanted to find some vintage glass ones. I just think these are beautiful, and that was such a good deal for those. Again, I'm going to be adding them in here to this little coffee table tray. And then next, what should we do next? I have so many goodies. Okay, let me share this. This is a ironstone bone dish. I love any kind of brown transferware, and I love these bone dishes. I've thrifted a few in the past. They're just so beautiful. And this one is Concord ironstone, and it was $1.50. How beautiful is that? I just love the brown. And then next I found this. This was another Barren River consignment find, and I think that this is so unique. So this is a bathroom organizer is what they had it labeled as, and I have done so much research on this trying to find another one online and see who it's made by and all of that, and I could not find any information on this. The only thing that I found is a soap dish that is, it appears to be in the same pattern as this, and they're calling it Victoria Ware Ironstone Calico Flow Blue soap dish. So I feel like this is the same pattern as that, the Victoria Ware Ironstone, but I have not been able to find this bathroom organizer online. So let me know if you know anything about this. I just think it is so neat. So at the top here is a spot to hold, I'm assuming, toothbrushes, and then like your bar of soap, possibly your hand soap dispenser. So just very, very beautiful. I am going to use this in our bathroom because we have limited storage in there, and I just feel like this really pulls in a beautiful vintage look, but it doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's the perfect little caddy to organize all of the things and be very functional. So I am going to use that in there, and I'll insert a clip of what that looks like. But how gorgeous is this blue? Okay, next I have my Peddler small finds. I found this brass trivet of this beautiful horse. How gorgeous is this? It was only $5. I've seen people use these in a gallery wall. How pretty would that be? Or to just hang on a wall in your kitchen, or of course use it as a trivet for your hot dishes. But I'm very excited about this find. Any sort of brass horse, I just love. Horses are so special to me. I grew up with horses, and so they just have a very special place in my heart. And when I saw this, I immediately knew it was brass. It's a horse. I absolutely had to get it and put it somewhere in our kitchen. So it'll probably take me a little bit to figure out exactly where I want to put this, because we do have limited wall space and limited space in general in there. But once I find the perfect spot for this, I'm going to be adding it to our kitchen, and I'm so excited. And then speaking of brass pieces, I found another brass piece from the Peddler's Mall. Let me grab it. Okay, it is this brass magazine rack. This was only $2.75, and the second that I saw this, I thought of all the potential that it has to organize things in my booth with. I could put gorgeous picture frames or artwork stacked up in this, cookbooks, decorating books. There's so many ways that I can use this, because I need more little pieces to organize and display things in the booth, because I only have my hutch in there and then 2 other tables for display, and those got filled up really quick. So this is going to be so helpful to organize pieces in, and it's just beautiful. I love brass, and I feel like it's going to be perfect in the booth. Now, it is a little bit bent, but my husband is going to try to bend this back out if he can, and even if we can't fix it, it still stands up perfectly straight and it doesn't wobble, so it'll still be perfectly functional in there. It'll just look a little nicer if we can get that bent out. So he's gonna try to do that this weekend, but I'm very excited about that find for the booth. Okay, and then our last find from the Peddler's Mall was this gorgeous copper teapot, and I love the blue and white handle and the knob, and then it also has brass on the handle. Such pretty details. I love copper teapots, and this is one of the prettiest ones that I believe I've ever thrifted for only $6, and I'm so excited to add this to the kitchen. I forgot I have one more Peddler small find. We also grabbed this tiny creamer for just $1, and this needs no explanation. You know how much I love these creamers, and such an incredible deal for this beautiful little find. Okay, everything else in this haul is from Goodwill. I went to 3 or 4 different Goodwills this week, and this is everything that I found. The first piece, I actually can't take credit for finding this one because my husband found this. He knew I was looking for one of these, and he was so excited when he spotted this gorgeous lamp. I have been on the hunt for a glass lamp like this for so long. They are so beautiful with these gorgeous gold accents. And this was at Goodwill for $9.99. It does work, and it looks so beautiful lit up. I'll insert a clip of what it looks like. I cannot believe that I finally found one of these after weeks and weeks of looking, and I just never thought I would spot one at Goodwill. I thought I would end up finding one probably at a consignment shop or antique store, and the fact that this was just sitting there at Goodwill, we could not believe it. And so I will insert a clip of what that looks like. It is absolutely beautiful the way that it glows. I want to put that in the kitchen if I can find the perfect spot for it where it really does it justice, then I'm going to put it in there. Okay, my next Goodwill find was this bowl. This was included in the shop with me. I did get a clip of this McCoy bowl that we found for $1.99. You all know, if you watch my channel, I love the pink and blue McCoy pieces, so I thought that was such a good deal for that bowl. And then this is kind of just a random little find, but how beautiful is this little floral tin? I just loved this. It was $1.99, and each side has like a different beautiful floral arrangement on it. How pretty would it be at like your little coffee station with tea in it? You could use it to store that. You could use it, you could take the lid off and use it as like a little desk organizer with your pens, pencils, scissors, your little desk supplies, or I don't know, there's so many things that you could put in here for storage in a bathroom. I just love to think of all the ways to use pieces like this, and to add in vintage organizational pieces is just something that I love so much. So I grabbed that for $1.99. And then next, oh, these are beautiful. Oh my goodness. These are a tiny little sugar and cream set, and they were $1.99 each. I love the blue. I love the font. They're just so pretty. And I did look these up as well, and there are a whole set of these that you can get. There's a coffee one. I saw a flower canister, and I love these. They look very French to me. French cottage and just everything that I love, so I could not leave these behind. I'm trying to get through this pretty quickly and not talk so much about each item, but it's hard whenever I'm so excited about each thing. But the next thing is this tote bag that I found at Goodwill. It's this canvas tote bag. I love the stripes on it. It just feels very like a cottage farmhouse kind of. I'm going to be using this as like a grocery bag to take with me to the store for grocery shopping, or of course like to the farmer's market. It's the perfect little farmer's market tote. I loved it. There was no stains. It's in perfect condition, and it was only $1.99. Such a good deal for a nice canvas tote bag. I'm gonna throw my little crocheted grocery bag in here that I made. I made this back last summer, like to take to, of course, the grocery or to the farmer's market, and it's just like this market bag. I had a ton of 100% cotton white yarn that I needed to use, and so I was trying to think of all the ideas of things to make other than dish rags and pot holders, and I saw the pattern for this and I just had to make it. I thought it was so gorgeous, and I love to like use it for produce. It's just perfect to hold fruits, veggies, so I'll stick this in here, and then of course I'll also throw some of my other grocery bags that I've collected in here as well, and it's going to be the perfect little set to go with me to the store. And I'm gonna hang this on some hooks in the kitchen as well. I think that'll be really cute, and that way my pretty bags can be out displayed, but then they also can be ready to go to be used when we go to the grocery. So I love that. And then I also found this, and I almost walked right past this when I spotted it because I didn't think it was real wool or anything too special. But then I decided to go back and look at it, and I'm so thankful that I did because I do believe this is a vintage wool blanket. If it's not vintage, at least it's definitely a really nice high quality piece, and something that I'm very excited to use in our home for Christmas. But look at this gorgeous plaid blanket. I love this so much for Christmas. This is gonna be just absolutely beautiful on my little brass quilt rack, or laid over the couch, or wherever I decide to put it. But let me share with you the little tag on it. As soon as I saw the tag, I was like, okay, that's definitely a pretty special piece. So this says Speen Bridge Woolen Mill, Scotland, pure new wool. And that is what the little tag looks like. Let me turn the brightness down a little so that you can see it. How pretty is this wool blanket? I seriously can't get over it. It's so large and just the perfect Christmas and winter blanket. So very excited about that find. I never thought I would walk past the blanket aisle at Goodwill and spot that, because I feel like those are pretty hard to find. And then I believe that that is all of my home pieces. And now I'll share with you the few little clothing items that I got. So I have actually been on the hunt for a vintage pair of jeans that fit me for over a year now. I started looking for some back around, I think it was fall not last year, but the year before. So a little over a year, and I finally found some that fit, and these are beautiful. I wanted some with no distressing, no tears, just a solid blue jean. And these are Riders denim. If you know anything about vintage jeans, you know how much these can go for. So I was very excited to finally find some that fit. I have looked at the women's, the men's, just all of the jeans, all the denim at the thrift store to try to find some in the perfect fit and wash that I have been wanting. So to find these was just a very, very exciting day. I will insert a clip of like how I will wear these and style them. I just love, again, the wash of them, and that they're a plain jean. They can go with so many different outfits. And then I grabbed this half zip sweatshirt by Nike. This is in perfect condition. I still cannot believe this find. Super soft on the inside. You can tell that it has hardly been worn or washed, and I just love this. I love white and cream colors. They're my go-tos. Okay, really quick, I have two more finds to share. These were hidden behind that basket, so I forgot to show them during the haul, but I found more of these gorgeous ribbed coffee cups. These are more of a coffee cup size versus the previous ones that I found were more of like a small teacup size, and these were only 59 cents each. I love these ribbed glasses so much, so I was excited to find these. I did get, I believe, 6 of them, and I will insert a screenshot of what these are called and who they're made by and all of that once I research them. And then I also picked up this beautiful red toile pattern tote bag. Again, perfect to use as a grocery bag, or even while you're out thrifting, you can put your finds in this and bring them home. Just the perfect, like, everyday kind of bag to grab and take with you. I love this pattern, and this was $2.99. So those are my last two finds. That is everything that I thrifted this whole week. I hope you enjoyed coming along for this like collective thrift with me and haul and seeing what all that I found. Thank you all so much for being here and just for loving and appreciating vintage right along with me. I love our community and how much we just get excited about these finds. Just thank you for getting excited about them with me, because it's so fun. Okay, I did end up adding our beautiful vintage lamp into the kitchen onto my marble tray, and I love how it glows up against the wall and adds so much detail to this corner. And then I'm gonna add our new goblets into this china cabinet hutch. I just love how they look in here so much. They absolutely completed this little cabinet. And then here's a look at how this bathroom organizer looks in here on our bathroom shelf. This space feels so much more like me now. I just love this in here. And it did have to go on the shelf because there isn't room on our sink for a piece this big. So I didn't want it to get knocked off, or there wasn't even room for it to sit flat on our sink top. So it did end up fitting perfectly over here on one of our shelves. And I just love this whole space so much now. Okay, now the last space that I'm excited to share with you in today's video is where I hung my new vintage aprons. I decided to redo this wall a little bit and give a more flattering angle to these gorgeous paintings that I hung up in my last video. If you watched that video, you probably saw how I did a little DIY on those frames, and I did not hang these paintings at a good height for this wall, and I truly apologize for not doing them justice. So I decided to add a little brass hook here that I can hang my aprons on and my little tote bags. Now I eventually want to thrift like a brass coat rack. I feel like that would be the perfect piece for here. That way I can have multiple different hooks to hang these pieces on, and I can add some of my other vintage aprons to it as well, and I'll have a little bit more room to hang these pieces. But for now, I hung my little market bag that I crocheted, my tote bag, and my 2 new vintage aprons on this little hook, and I just love how it filled in the bottom half of this wall. That way I was able to move these paintings up and you can get the full view of them, see them really nicely, and yet there's also something underneath them to go really well in that space. So that is what I ended up deciding to do with this wall, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how I decorated with all of my new pieces today that I found spots for. And then again, stay tuned for a future video and we'll be decorating with more of my recent finds. But again, thank you all so much for watching and for being here on my channel. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next time.